I've done a bunch of these over the last few years, surveys and recaps of your favorite songs by a particular classic rock artist. Past segments including recaps of your faves by artists like the Rolling Stones, Pink Floyd, the Beach Boys, the Doors, the Who, the Kinks, Billy Joel, and Bruce Springsteen. Well, this one concerns a band that's had scores of hits since their beginnings in 1969 when they were known as Chicago Transit Authority. The band name didn't sit well, though, with that city's transit system, and the name was shortened to Chicago the following year. This seemed like a great time to get your take on that terrific band, as two key founding members are marking milestone birthdays this fall. Peter Cetera turned 80 on September 13th, and Robert Lamb on October 13th. Mr. Lamb, by the way, is still in that legendary band today. Full disclosure, while I like many of Chicago's hits, I've never owned a single studio album of theirs. Go figure. I have only this little collection, The Heart of Chicago, which somehow doesn't include 25 or 6 to 4 on it. About 6 years ago then, I made my own compilation CD that has 20 of their very best tunes on it. All right. Now, for the record, my three favorites, if you care. Number 1, 25 or 6 to 4. Number 2, Saturday in the Park. And number 3, Does Anybody Really Know What Time It Is? All right, all told, 62 people cast votes this past week, with a first place vote worth 3 points, a second place vote 2 points, and third place vote, 1 point. So what were the results after all the votes were tabulated? Well, believe it or not, a couple of Chicago's early 80s hits, Hard to Say I'm Sorry and Hard Habit to Break, which hit number 1 and number 3 respectively, didn't get a single vote from you guys. Nor did Love Me Tomorrow, nor No Tell Lover. And great songs like I'm a Man, Just You and Me, and Wishing You Were Here were all just outside your top 10. I should mention that in the number 11 spot was the nearly 13-minute suite Ballet for a Girl from Buchanan, whose 7 songs include Make Me Smile and Color My World, which were both released as singles and became hits. But 3 folks in this survey listed Ballet as their favorite song. And those 3 first-place votes vaulted Ballet for a Girl into 11th overall, with both of the singles I mentioned snagging enough support otherwise to land in the top 10. Okay, I'll tell you that 7 of the songs in the top 10 were on the band's first 2 albums, released in 1969 and 70, Chicago Transit Authority and Chicago, which was later referred to by most people as Chicago 2. But in the 10th spot on our list is a tune from 1984. That is, in fact, the most recent song in our top 10, the hit You're the Inspiration, which peaked at number 3 in early 85, the band's last hit that featured Peter Cetera on lead vocals, as he would leave the band later in 85. At number 9, a gem from that 1969 debut album, Chicago Transit Authority, Questions 67 and 68. The song written by Robert Lamb, though Cetera sang most of the lead vocals on it. Coming in at number 8, a terrific ballad that also had Cetera on vocals, the tune If You Leave Me Now. That was a number 1 smash in 1976. 7th, one of those tunes that was part of the Ballet for a Girl from Buchanan suite on the second album, Color My World, a staple at every high school dance in the early 70s. The band's late great guitarist Terry Kath sang that one. 6th in the voting, a fantastic tune from the 1969 debut album, Does Anybody Really Know What Time It Is? Okay, the top 5, I'll tell you what, I'll put up the graphic showing you the tabulations. The 1973 hit that peaked at number 10 on the Billboard Hot 100 is number 5 here, Feeling Stronger Every Day. 4th, yet another one from the debut Chicago Transit Authority double album, Beginnings. Lots of support for that one, obviously. Number 3, the tune that opened the aforementioned ballet suite, Make Me Smile, another one sung by Kath. The 2 songs at the very top of the list, well, not a shock. The massive 1972 hit written by Robert Lamb, Saturday in the Park, that was number 2. And, wow, no contest for number 1. 60% of the folks who voted had it as one of their 3 faves, and it accumulated just about twice as many points as the runner-up song. Still a favorite on classic rock radio 54 years after its release, 25 or 6 to 4. I will never get tired of listening to that one. So look at this list. So many fantastic songs by Chicago, with a couple of the band's co-founders, Peter Cetera and Robert Lamb, both celebrating 80th birthdays this fall. Thanks everybody for voting, and thanks for watching.